Today we will discuss about the law of flotation applied for liquids of different density. Here you can see that I took a solid same for the three kinds of liquids. I have shown them by different colors for your understanding. Now the volume of this solid is 5 centimeter by 2 centimeter by 1 centimeter. So we have calculated it because it is easy to calculate. It is equal to 10 cm cube. Now let the density of solid is 8 gram per cc. There might be some substance having this density. Okay, I think around about iron's density is equal to this value, but we are taking a hypothetical situation. Don't worry, this is just for your understanding. So let the density of solid is 8 gram per cc. Mass of the solid, so we have calculated the mass of the solid by using the formula mass is equal to volume multiplied by density, and we obtained the mass of the solid as 80 gram. So weight of the solid, you know that in order to find out the weight of the solid we must multiply by a factor, that is 980 for CGS units and it is 9.8 for MKS units. Okay, so I have calculated the weight of the solid in front of you, 80 into 980 dyne. Okay, this is the weight of the solid. Weight means I told you that weight of the object is equal to the gravitational force exerted by the earth on the object. Okay, so here the weight of the solid is 80 multiplied by 980 dyne. Now one by one we would discuss the cases. Here I would show you the first case. The density of the liquid is 1 gram per cc. So I am taking down this solid inside this liquid, and you can see that according to Archimedes' second law, second and first law we are applying combinedly. Okay, so we are applying combinedly, and hence you can see that the solid get fully immersed inside this liquid. Now the density of liquid is in front of you, that is it is 1 gram per cc, that is cm cube. Okay, now why this solid got immersed inside this liquid, we would see it. See, in the Eureka pots animation we have seen that when we immerse the solid inside the Eureka pot, which is filled till the spout, liquid would come out from the spout and it got deposited in the measuring cylinder we have shown. In each case, you see below the spout of Eureka pot, in each case there is a measuring cylinder, and I have marked here 10 ml mark. Why 10 ml you could understood now, because the volume of our solid is 10 ml, that is 10 cc, that is 10 cm cube. Okay, now here how much would be the weight of the displaced liquid, we would calculate. Okay, so weight of the displaced liquid we would calculate. See here, weight of the displaced liquid, is equal to volume of displaced liquid, which is equal to the volume of solid according to Archimedes' first law. So volume of displaced liquid would be 10 cc, that is cm cube. I told you that 1 ml is 1 cm cube, don't worry, multiplied by density of that liquid, that is 1 gram per cc, and multiplied by, I told you, you want to convert you must convert the mass into the force by multiplying it with 980, because we are considering CGS. Okay, and don't write the units for each, because the after whole conversion you are getting the answer in dynes, don't worry. So here 10 multiplied by 1 multiplied by, because this is the volume, this is volume, you can see, okay, displaced liquid, this is the density of the displaced liquid. So volume into density, I got the mass multiplied by 980, that is the factor I told you in order to find out the weight, and this weight would be in dyne because CGS system we are using. So see here 10 into 980 dyne, easily you can compare with the weight of the solid. Weight of the solid is how much? 80 into 980 dyne, and here weight of the displaced liquid is how much? 10 into 980 dyne. So this works as beyond force. Okay, so in this case you might have noted down that I would write beyond force as F suffix B, I told you yesterday, and that means in the previous video. So F suffix B is the beyond force, which is much smaller than weight of the solid. Weight of the solid, you can see, and that's why the whole calculation leads to the conclusion that the solid would sink inside this liquid completely, it would not float at all. Okay, now let us consider the second case. Here we took the liquid which has density 5 gram per cc, and for the solid every parameter is same, because I want to explain you how the density of liquid affects on its flotation, okay, on the flotation of solid. Here remember that by default we took the solid which is insoluble in all these liquids, okay, otherwise we could not verify this. Now see here what happens. Here also the solid is going inside the liquid, and why it has gone we will discuss in detail. So again, as per the Archimedes first and second law, the displaced liquid would have the same volume as that of the volume of solid. Now here we want to calculate the weight of displaced liquid in this case, okay. I am writing here weight of displaced liquid. This is equal to mass multiplied by that factor 980 dyne, mass of displaced liquid multiplied by that factor 980 dyne. So how to find out the mass of displaced liquid? We must take the volume of displaced liquid, which is equal to 10 ml. I am not writing unit here as I told you, because finally we are writing the weight in dynes, okay. So it would create some confusion, that's why we are not writing the units. So 10 ml, this is the volume, I would write here volume, you can see, multiplied by density of this liquid. Now it is how much? 5. I would write here volume, V for volume and D for density, and multiplied by 980 dyne. Okay, so how much it would be your answer here? It would be 50 multiplied by 980 dyne. Now you can compare it with the weight of the solid, which is how much? 80 into 980 dyne. 50 into 980 dyne is quite smaller than 80 into 980 dyne, and we have seen what would happen here. The liquid would be collected liquid would be collected with the same volume as that of the solid, because here also solid would immerse inside the liquid completely, it would sink, in fact it would sink to the bottom, and here this works as a beyond force. This is the beyond force, okay. Now here also the case we have seen that the beyond force is smaller than weight of the solid. Now, let us see the third one case. Okay, what would happen here? Here we have dropped the solid inside this liquid, and you can see it won't immerse completely. Okay, and obviously this would show the effect. This would show the effect on the liquid collected. It is now, it is not equal to 10 ml. Okay, then how much it would be? Approximately, I can say not approximately, but exactly I would say that it must equal to 8 ml only. So, why it would be 8 ml only? Okay, we would see why it would be 8 ml only. Let us see. Here also we are calculating the weight of displaced liquid. It is equal to, now keep your attention, this is the volume of displaced liquid. Okay, I am not writing upon, I am just showing you V for volume, okay, for your sake of convenience, multiplied by density of the liquid, that is 10 gram per cc. Understood? Don't worry, there are liquids having more density than this also, so do not bother about it. Multiplied by that 980, which is the factor for converting this into the weight. This is your density. Volume multiplied by density gives you the mass, multiplied by this 980 in order to get the answer in dyne, that would be the weight. Okay, this is your dyne answer. I wrote here dy in short. Okay, now here you can note that this is equal to 80 into 980 dyne, and which is equal to the weight of the solid. And see, once the weight of displaced liquid became equal to weight of solid, then the process of immersion of the solid stops, and here the solid would start to float on the liquid. Only 80% of the part of this solid is immersed inside this liquid. Why 80%? Because the 80% part immersed displaces the liquid, which could balance its weight by applying the buoyant force, and this is the buoyant force. Buoyant force, and I would write here FB is equal to weight of solid, weight of 0.8 part. This is the decimal point. Okay, 0.8 part of solid. Sorry, just a minute, there is a little confusion. So, in this case we can write the buoyant force is equal to weight of solid for 0.8 part immersed. Okay, and in this manner the same solid would float inside this green color liquid, because as we have discussed, when the solid immerses by just 0.8 part of its volume, immediately the buoyant force becomes equal to the weight of this solid, and the solid would start to float In this way, we studied the law of flotation applied for liquids of different density. I hope you could understood now what is the effect of the density of the liquid on the solid immersed inside that liquid. Obviously, I told you that we are discussing only insoluble solids. Thank you for watching this video.